Hi, friends. Okay, this is an addendum, I guess, from yesterday, because I started thinking about a few things that I forgot to mention that will help you kind of understand a few things too, of some of the things that I go through. So something that I've really been dealing with a lot lately, and I think that's why I was so emotional for a long time, which is understandable anyway. But I mean, like, for this, seemed like this condensed period of time. And I talked yesterday about, being stuck in this certain time frame. So if you can imagine being somewhere for 40 years, basically, in the same spot, in the same place, living somewhere for that long, right? So Rodney and I have lived here the whole time we've dated and known each other, this area, with the exception of moving a few times. And so everywhere I go, there's a memory, there's a trigger. As something as silly as going through Yuba City and driving by Boot Barn, because every time we drove by there, he would say, "I'm getting a pair of boots. I'm getting a pair of boots." And I'd say, "No, you're not. You're not going to get a pair of boots. I want a pair of boots, like a pair of cowboy boots." Oh, we would laugh so much. And so I go by places like that, or I drive by Shasta Street, and the last couple months of his life, we had to go to the dermatologist several times because of his ear, and we had to go down Shasta. So I drive by there and I'm like, oh man, or I mean, just the old, some of you, you remember, but way back where actually it was the Bride Church, and then before that it was the kitchen store. I can't think of the name, but before that it was Crocker Bank. That was our first bank that we had when we got married. Our combined, Again, I know there's silly memories, but it's everywhere. And so, and in Marysville. So that's one thing that I deal with a lot, are the memories, are the triggers, are the locations. And then the other thing is, and I've said this to a few people before, when Rodney and I first started dating, he played the bass, and he played the bass the whole time we were married, but I didn't know anything about musical instruments or anything. So he taught me, while we were dating, he taught me how to hear the bass, because he would be up playing during a service, and he's like this, and he'd go, "Can you hear me? Can you hear the bass?" That was his little, or he would just kind of look at me like. So I learned to hear the bass, and I hear it all the time in every song that is on the radio. And many times I just get a big smile on my face, and I look over next, to the passenger side, and like I'm looking at him smiling. Did you hear that? I heard that. So those are kind of silly things, but those are constant things, and they're good memories, but they can also, trigger some sadness at times. It just kind of depends on where I'm at, and I guess the mood that I'm in. So anyway, I just wanted to share that, and that's part of the journey too, landmarks, memories, they're everywhere. The SPCA, the oil change at Walmart, he couldn't wait to get up in the morning and go get in line to get the oil changed. He always wanted to be the first one, and he was so proud of that. The car wash, just things that he took care of all the time, that he couldn't sleep because he wanted to get up and get that stuff done. Anyway, that was my Rodney. All right, thanks for listening.